Newport, Rhode Island is a summer playground known for its breathtaking views, big old boats, and even bigger houses. It was voted the Conde nastiest by Bachelorette Monthly, where one bachelorette had this to say about it. Oh, I'm so broke. This is like my 6th bachelorette party this summer, whatever. At least I didn't have to go to the fucking Hamptons. Lauren from Quincy. I couldn't have said it better myself. Whether you like sitting in traffic or standing in it, Newport is something to offer everyone. Everything except the one thing that Rhode Island advertises most. The Ocean State? Maybe, but waves, plural? I don't think so, Rhode Island Division of Motor Vehicles. Now, I know that the license plate change was controversial and that going from one big wave to many small ones was seemingly pointless and made an already cool license plate look significantly less cool, but what I find most grating is the blatant false advertising. Rhode Island is home to many things, like the best, worst roads in the country, but consistent waves is not one of them. Sure, we get waves here every once in a while, but not that many new license plates, not that many at all. And most certainly not in the summer. Unless you're someone who likes surfing crowded, gutless waves, or someone who is not a natural redhead but always wondered what it would be like to have red pubes, then this time can be very sad for you. NADIR is defined by Webster's Dictionary as second beach on August 7th when Jack surfed knee-high seaweed slop for 3 hours knowing he had plenty of lots of other crap he had to do and he didn't even get decapitated by a stand-up paddleboarder like he had planned on, which would have rendered all the important crap he had to do completely moot. Moot was defined by Webster's Dictionary as a very silly word to say. And Jack is me, the one who had a lot of other stuff he probably had to do. A brief history lesson. Surfing was invented by the Polynesians so that white people could live in bands. I started surfing when I was 11 years old after my younger cousin Luke told me in my aunt's pool that he was going to learn how to surf, and I decided that he wasn't allowed to be cooler than me. So I dunked him underwater and said, "Eat dirt, Luke." No, I'm kidding, he's a lot stronger. Anyways, it's Luke's fault that I'm miserable now. For instance, look what he made me and my friend JP do the last time we checked the waves.
How's it look?
Terrible.
You want to get drunk and ruin our lives?
Yeah.
I'm having the big blue bug corn right now.
Yo, Jack. Remember that wave I had that one time?
Yeah, that was sick. Remember that wave I had that one time?
Dude, yeah, I was so sick.
The only thing surfers love more than surfing is getting drunk and talking about the times that they surfed.
Winter Storm Nemo, but then you have to say thoughts and prayers to all the people who lost their power during the power outages, you know what I mean? And then do like a prayer hand.
Thanks a lot, Luke. That will never be anything. Okay, wait a minute. Before I get any further, since this is a surf movie, I have to try to turn it into some sort of branded content lifestyle video so that maybe like a Spike Seltzer company or something will give me money to be a part of it, as long as I can prove that not only am I a very super cool surfer, but also an artist who not only arts but also knows how to live off the land. Every time I enter the ocean, I instantly feel better. And not just because I usually have to pee really bad beforehand. I mean, that helps. But mostly I think it's because of how wet it is, which reminds me of being in a pool. Pools are so sick. One time my family went to the Dominican Republic to one of those all-inclusive resorts, and I spent so much time in the pool that I got swimmer's ear so bad that they couldn't fix it with drops, so I had to get a shot in my butt. Being a 25th generation Rhode Islander, when I'm not surfing, I'm usually catching quahogs because, like I always say, if you can't catch a fish, you should at least be able to catch a rock. My family has been making custom quahogging clogs for as long as I can remember. I learned the trade from my Uncle Andy, who learned it from his father before him.
I too have been making clogs my entire life.
No, you don't. Get out of here.
Alright.
Your seltzer here. Some people have called them wildly impractical, but you know what they say. Practicality is the enemy of great quahog bounties. Roger Williams, 1768. Go ahead and try not to give us all your money, Spike Seltzer. Every once in a while, we do get a day where the conditions are fun enough to remind you why you wanted to start this in the first place when you were 11 years old, and you think to yourself, wow, me and JP should really get drunk about this. But then something comes along that brings you crashing right back to reality.
The Atlantic hurricane season officially begins today, and it's expected to be very active once again.
The National Hurricane Center says that we should all brace for another very busy Atlantic hurricane season.
This season is looking to be an extraordinary one in a number of ways.
Now you would think any surfer would be excited about this, as an active hurricane season for the East Coast means the end of a summer-long flat spell. The very flat spell I've been complaining about for minutes now. But that surfer is lying to themselves and everyone around them, because that's not excitement they're experiencing, that's nerves, bordering on outright fear. Because yes, all surfers want waves, but sometimes the waves that get sent to us are a little bigger than we are comfortable with, and not many of us are willing to admit that. Now I'm not quite sure that that's a catch-22, but it's gotta be at least like a catch-14. Now if you're a lifelong mediocre surfer like myself, then you know that the most important thing you can have come hurricane season, besides a personal locals-only guardrail to bring with you everywhere, is a great excuse to miss the biggest part of the swell when it shows up and not look like a big old chicken in front of everyone. Now in previous years I would use explosive diarrhea. Classic. Luckily right down the street from my local break is a public toilet, where if I strategically parked my car at the top of the road it would be visible for any of the boys driving to or from the surf to see and think, "Damn, Jack's still shitting, total bummer." And I would be, because these toilets were stocked with enough toilet paper to ride out an entire hurricane swell if needed. That was all working perfectly fine until the last swell, when my cousin Luke got suspicious.
Oh, what, dude? I missed it?
Where you been all day? It's been firing, man.
Oh, I've had the worst diarrhea.
Let me smell your butt.
Dude, what?
Let me smell
What
your
are you
butt.
doing?
Your butt would
Stop.
definitely stink if you've been shitting all day.
No, man.
Yeah.
Stop.
Your butt would stink.
I don't have a step up.
Your butt would stink.
I don't have a step
Your
up.
butt would stink.
I don't have a step up.
It would stink.
I don't have a step up, Luke.
That's when I transitioned to the classic "I don't have a proper step-up" excuse, which was true for a moment. Step-up is defined by Webster's Dictionary as a piece of cinematic dance history in Channing Tatum's breakout role, but it means something entirely different in surfing. Here is a reenactment of my best friend and surfboard shaper Neil to describe what a step-up is.
A step up is a step up from your normal shortboard, generally a little bit longer, thicker, like for when it gets bigger, like hurricane season. And you might only use it a handful of times a year around here, but when you need it, you need it. And some people we know really need it.
Oh wow, what a very pointed explanation there, Neil. Now here is actual footage of my former best friend Neil stabbing me directly in the back.
Good day, Jack.
Oh, well, if it isn't my best friend Neil, what brings you around these parts on such a fine day?
Did I catch you at a bad time?
Oh, no, well, I was just on my way to give all my money to the orphans, but I've always got a moment for my best friend Neil, who's never once stabbed me in the back.
Oh, how noble of you. I too have a similar task to accomplish today.
Oh, indulge me.
Well, you know how when the waves get big, you lament the fact that you don't have the proper equipment to paddle out in such conditions?
Indeed I do, yes. Every time I go to buy a proper step-up, they're always sold out. Everywhere. It's such a shame, really, because I have to watch everyone else catch absolute bombs and be legends while I stand there alone. It's so sad.
It is a shame indeed. But you know how I, your best friend, happen to shape surfboards.
Yes, I'm aware of your shaping.
And do you remember you have birthdays?
Of course, I have one every year. What are you playing at, Neil? Wait a minute. What's that behind your back?
It's a proper step-up for a proper gentleman. Go on, hold it.
Oh, I don't know. It's so pretty and my hands are all slippery from the orphan money. I wouldn't want to drop it.
That's okay. It's yours.
No, I wouldn't want to impose.
But it's your birthday present.
Oh, but my birthday's not for another 6 hours.
It's okay. Now you can surf big days and be an absolute legend out there.
Oh, you know, I was a legend once. It didn't really suit me, and plus I should give everyone else a chance to be a legend.
We can all be legends.
I really can't accept such a big gift.
It's yours.
Neil, don't do this.
Take it.
Don't do this. I can't accept this gift.
It's yours. Happy birthday.
Well, now I had a problem. A significant problem. This was an object designed for the sole purpose of pushing me out of my comfort zone, and the only thing that happens when you're outside of your comfort zone is growth, which people should avoid at all costs, unless they are trees. I had to act quickly. Naturally, I spent most of my summer trying to get the board run over, as to look like a totally heartbreaking accident that could happen to just about anyone. but everyone was so alert for some reason. Guess that Adderall shortage is over. You hear that, Max? I know it's over. Just give me like one so I can finish my award-winning movie.
Yeah.
Anyways, I didn't have the time to just sit around waiting for someone to run over my board, and I couldn't just give it away or sell it because it was probably the most thoughtful gift I'd ever received at gunpoint. And I could not afford to roll into hurricane season having the proper equipment. This was very time sensitive. I needed to do something drastic. I couldn't risk a paper trail, so I decided to meet my hitman in the most obvious place you would meet a hitman, thus making it the most least obvious place. We were hiding in plain sight, planning premeditated surfboard aside. This was no small potatoes criminal act. This was medium to large potatoes, and time was of the essence.
Josie. Come on.
Jack, I came as soon as I could. Is everything okay? I thought you needed your Uggs.
What? No. I just needed to get you here because I can't risk a paper trail.
A paper trail? What the fuck are you talking about?
I can't risk a paper trail, Josie. It's time sensitive. Come here.
So you don't even need your Uggs.
Make something disappear.
I'm gonna make myself disappear if you don't tell me why you made me come here.
It's very time sensitive.
What is?
The demise of a certain water flotation device.
Jack, what are you talking about?
I need you to murder my surfboard, okay, Josie? Don't
What?
make me freaking yell it out loud in front of the whole freaking alley.
I understood Josie's confusion at first, but once I filled her in on the plan, she realized, like Doctor Strange in Avengers Infinity War, that out of a billion million possibilities, this was the only way that would work. First, Josie, an incoming sophomore at NYU, had only a few days left to register for the next semester. She will enroll in an intro to photography class, one which requires a portfolio to get into.
Got it. Okay.
Now, NYU is no slouch in the art department, so we staged an elaborate, high-concept photo shoot to display Josie's immense talent behind the lens. The theme, of course, is surfboards and sledgehammers.
So after you do a couple poses, right, that's when you call out, all right, now smash your ego to pieces.
Wait. Why does the inspiration for this have to be me smashing my ego?
Because that's what I told Neil, like the whole concept.
Okay, but it's just kind of ironic because I feel like this is all actually about you needing to smash your ego.
Heads up.
Is there a reason why it needs to be yellow?
The color palette will be yellow because yellow represents corn, but it also represents light and also the imagination, specifically the imagination that the yellow sledgehammer is unleashing to its wielder, and also because that is the color of the surfboard that must die.
No, that's not what's
And
happening.
then you just made this big, dumb, elaborate plan just so you can preserve your ego.
Okay, I hired you to murder my surfboard, not be my therapist. Okay, so you please get on with shooting the smashing
Okay,
the surfboard.
whatever.
Okay, I'm gonna call action and then smash the board.
Yep, okay.
A few days prior, I will have planted the seed to Neil that his surfboard is going to be featured in a very prominent college portfolio photo shoot.
That yellow one, that step up?
Yep, the yellow one, exactly, which is actually kind of why it got chosen, because I guess the whole color palette of the shoot is yellow. There's sledgehammers involved. It's called Surfboards and Sledgehammers. It's kind of a very high concept thing, which I don't quite understand myself. But, nothing bad is actually going to happen to the board. The sledgehammers are just kind of like a metaphor.
Okay, I don't get it, but I gotta go. I gotta catch up with you later.
Okay.
All right, see ya.
And we're gonna smash through your insecurities and inhibitions, break free. Let your inner light shine as you smash through that board. Let it shine. Keep going. Don't stop. Surfboards are evil.
Oh my God,
we hate
Josie!
surfboards. Break it. What?
What have you done to my favorite surfboard?
This is our baby. Deal with it.
Oh, but I was supposed to get totally legendary all hurricane season with my boys.
Well, guess what? This is a closed set, so get out of here, you sporty boy.
You know what? You haven't heard the last of me. I'm calling the FBI.
You think I give a shit? I got warrants out for my arrest in every state. Keep going. Do not stop.
As I stood there watching Neil watch footage of the board he so kindly gifted me get smashed into pieces, I felt a pang of guilt. Not for the board getting destroyed, but for how far I'd strayed from myself.
Why would you do
It's
that?
fucked up, right?
Yeah, but that was a gift.
What do you think she meant by sporty boy? What the fuck was that?
I don't know.
You're smiling.
No.
You're
that's
smiling right
fun.
there.
That's
Dude, are you
CGI.
kidding me?
That's not.
Oh my god, this is so dumb. I'm at
Neil, come on. Hey, wait, Neil.
Here is a person too lazy to edit out the footage of himself smiling in the background as the board gets ruined, and yet I had put all this effort into line. As someone who strives to put as little energy into things as possible, I realized what ridiculous lengths people will go to not tell the truth. And with remembering how naturally lazy I was suddenly filled with Rhode Island state motto, hope. Hope that one day, instead of hiring hitmen to murder surfboards under the guise of abstract art, surfers will choose to be lazy, and in doing so, be honest with one another.
Wow. Looks really big out there, Jack.
Swell really filled in, didn't it?
You want to paddle out?
I mean, I totally would, but I just remembered I have salmonella.
Oh. Alright.
You know what? No, I don't have salmonella, JP. I'm scared. I'm really, really scared.
That's okay, Jack. I'm scared too.
Do you want to get drunk and ruin our lives?
I thought you would never ask.
Hey, you remember that wave I caught that one time?
I sure do, bud. I sure do.